All right, so I believe that the Atlanta Falcons should trade for Justin Fields, and I have a lot of conviction in that belief. I just think that both parties would benefit each other. I think that Justin Fields and the Atlanta Falcons would be the perfect match for each other for a variety of reasons that I'm going to break down in this video. But before I get into that, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I release 2 videos per week, 2 long-form videos per week, and I sometimes sprinkle some shorts in there as well. It's all about college football and NFL football. I've just introduced NFL football this year, but please hit that subscribe button. The more support I get on this channel, the better. I really appreciate it. So let's get back to Justin Fields and the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are a developing team right now. They're slowly ascending, they're improving, but they're assembling as the years go on. They're still recovering from when they were prominent with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, and that team slowly disintegrated into what it became when they hit their valley, and now they're starting to build back up again. And Atlanta is starting to get to a point where they can really go for it. They can really take charge. Like the roster that they have right now, I think could be capable of winning an NFC South title, especially if they get that quarterback position right. I mean, you look at some of the names on this team. You've got Kyle Pitts, you've got Drake London, you've got Bijan Robinson, you've got AJ Terrell, you've got Jesse Bates. It's a solid team. It's not exactly a team that lacks depth. Could it use a little bit more? Yes. Could they draft well again this year and the following year? Yes. But they can start to become a little bit more aggressive in free agency. They've just been missing that piece, that quarterback piece. It's been a lot of Marcus Mariota and Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ritter. They've tried. One of those teams have tried and tried and tried different guys under center, and it just hasn't exactly panned out. But I think that there's one that could up in the Windy City right now. His name is Justin Fields, and I don't think he's exactly a fit with the Bears. Sometimes things just pass the eye test or they don't. You can't even really explain it. It's just the eye test. It's just intuition. I don't really see the fit. I don't really see the synergy with Justin Fields in Chicago. I didn't really after the first year. Sometimes you can just tell. Sometimes you have to explore a year, explore 2 years. Drafting a quarterback is like dating. You've got to just see how it goes. And if you've not seen that match within 2 years, you got to start to reconsider some things. And I think Justin Fields is a quarterback that has a lot of promise. And I think that the Bears are a great organization with very rich history. But combined, I don't see the chemistry. And I think that they will be better without each other. I think Justin Fields will be better somewhere else. And I think that the Chicago Bears will be better without him and with another quarterback at the helm this year that they would draft with that first overall pick in the draft this year too, I must add. But Justin Fields just seems like one of those quarterbacks that's in a system that's not exactly a fit with him. And if he goes somewhere else, has a fresh start, new head coach, new offensive coordinator, I think you could really see his skill set get maximized. Now, we're talking about a transaction here, so there's going to be some kind of exchange. What would Atlanta have to give up to the Bears to make this happen? It would be a second or a third round pick, which is something, especially when you're a team like the Falcons that's building, that's assembling, that's trying to get back on track after having a team that was once prominent that then declined, and you're trying to bring it back. Giving something like that away is something you really have to consider. But in this situation, I believe that the potential reward far surpasses the risk, far outweighs the risk and the potential downfall, because getting that quarterback position, it's so imperative to success. You don't want to waste the careers of guys that are already on your team, and that's what's going to happen if you don't have a quarterback that's capable of bringing you to the playoffs under center. You need that. If you don't have that, you really don't have a chance. But a second or a third round pick, I think that's worth it. And financially, they're not necessarily going to have to take a bath. Now, if they do bring Fields in, Atlanta is going to have to decide on his fifth-year option because Chicago has not picked that up yet. And that is, if Atlanta makes a decision to inherit him, to acquire him, contractually, they're going to have to decide on that. So that'll be another conversation for another day once they bring him in. But I think this is a team, when you put all the pieces together, if they bring Fields in and he's a fit with their system and their culture, like I believe that he would be. Justin Fields is from Georgia too, so that's just another layer, more icing on the cake here. I think that this team could win the NFC South. I do. They were close this year with the quarterbacks that they had, and I say quarterbacks plural. That's another situation you never want to get into. You want to have your guy. You want to have your franchise quarterback. You want to have stability. You don't want to be trying out another guy halfway through the season. And if you have Justin Fields, I don't think Atlanta would have to resort to that. Stability leads to success. And what success looks like for the Falcons right now is just getting to the playoffs. Just winning a division. Slowly getting back to where they once were. The Falcons are also in a very advantageous position right now because of their salary cap situation. Right now, they have about $35 million in cap space, and that number can only go up to $45 million if they decide to part ways with Taylor Heineke and Mike Hughes. So this is a team that has money to spend, and they're not necessarily have to worry about spending too much for Justin Fields, so they could sign him and then go out and get more guys, go get more big free agency signings. This is a huge position. They're in a very winnable division. They'd be bringing in a very serviceable quarterback. You've got a new head coach that I think has a great vision. I think is very passionate, has a lot of conviction. I'm going to talk about Raheem Morris in a minute. But I just think that when you pull the pieces of the puzzle together, this is very advantageous for the Falcons. You're not going out and spending money on a veteran guy or a proven guy. It's still somebody who Justin Fields is somebody who's shown signs of greatness. His passing has gotten better over the past year or two. He's always been elusive. He's a dual threat, so that poses an absolute nightmare for opposing defensive coordinators. You know, if Justin Fields is in the right system, you don't want to play him. So that's something the Falcons really have to consider. And talk about Raheem Morris. The last question I have to ask here is, what is his plan for quarterback? Does he want to try to trade up and draft one? Does he want to keep and work with what he has? Or does he want to go out and get somebody in free agency? Does he want to spend money, go get a Kirk Cousins? Or does he want to go get somebody like Justin Fields or Daniel Jones or Kyler Murray? Personally, out of those three, I think Justin Fields is your best bet from a financial perspective, from a fit perspective, and what value Justin Fields is going to bring to the table. I think this is a no-brainer, and Atlanta has to get on the phone and get this done. This is something that'll happen post-Super Bowl, of course, but I have a strong inkling that this theory I have here is going to cement into a reality. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and the time that you took out of your day to watch the video. And if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and share it, as well as subscribe to The Era. The more likes and subscribers I get on this channel, the more resources I can attain, and the more resources I can attain, the more value I can provide to you, the viewer. And that is how I show my appreciation for you for the time that you devote to watching my videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day.